Hello and welcome to another episode of Sippin Coffee with Jeff. I'm Jeff. So, in this podcast, this is where I talk about entrepreneurship, projects I got going on, and just life in general. Sometimes I have some guests on. In fact, next week we're going to have our first guest. She is my former leader from Amrock. It's a sister company to Rocket. And she is the most driven, strongest woman that I know. And I figured that would be the best way to kind of kick this thing off and just hear what she's got going on. She's always doing something, always moving the needle for herself and for other organizations. So that's going to be a fun one. We're gonna set that up. We touched on this week the $1,000 challenge, where together we're going to drum up $1,000 worth of new business over the next 30 days. And yesterday we took the steps to kind of make ourselves uncomfortable and go out and post publicly to promote ourselves. I posted on a local Facebook group, LinkedIn, Nextdoor, and a social network called Alignable. And what's really interesting about that is I saw immediate response, and it's not from where I thought it would be. But literally before I could upload the video. So once I finish here, I put it into my podcasting tools, I transcribe the video, and then I work on socials and upload. It takes less than 15 minutes, 20 minutes max. And I had gotten a notification. Someone was interested. And actually it was a text. I received a text from someone. And then as soon as I finish responding to that person, I got a notification that I had gotten a comment on one of my posts. So, or a chat. I'm sorry, not a comment, but I got a chat message, a DM. And so I'm gonna kind of go over those and do a little lesson learn about what I know we could have done better there. But again, the whole point of this was fail fast, right? Just kind of rip the Band-Aid off. Let's put ourselves out there and see what happens. And so now that I know what's working and where it's working, the areas where it's not working, I'm going to apply my knowledge from my experience as to what does work. And so let's just take a quick look here. I want to kind of walk you through what I did. So if you take a look, this is Facebook. This is a very active group. It's my local group. And as you can see, yesterday was promotion day. You can see all of the posts that are jumping out at you, right? And what do they all have? They all have a photo, a nice, attractive photo. And it's the first thing you read. We're conditioned so much anymore that we don't read. We skim. And I'm not even reading or seeing these posts. And you could tell this was done with GPT. What did I say yesterday about GPT? It's the emojis. You can always tell. And it's not bad. I mean, it does make it kind of stand out a little bit. I mean, I as I'm scrolling, I do gravitate. I like it kind of pulls my attention there. I would have did some better spacing in between the stars. I would have maybe, I don't know if I would have put that on its own line. You'd have to see where the see more comes in on Facebook. So that might be the right play there. This one here has 4 lines. So I think they could have gotten away with putting their phone number kind of on their own line to bring emphasis to it. But yeah, if you scroll down and you take a look at my post, keep going. This is how many, man, I had to scroll for like a couple minutes to get down there. It was a lot. There we go. Oh, see, I went past my own post. I'm like, where is it at? There it is. So no interactions, no likes, no comments, nothing off of this Facebook group. And for good reason. Literally everybody else had provided proof. So this person here is talking about external cleaning. It's kind of what I've been saying. Spring cleaning time. What's it look like? I mean, they cleaned it up, did some really nice before after pictures, some food, things like that. So next week, I will do some proof. I have a couple designs on there and, just jazz it up a little bit and keep the text similar, just relevant, natural. Okay. All right. So then let's take a look at Alignable. I really don't I don't think I'm going to promote here again. I don't know. Maybe we'll try one more time next week with a photo, see if it helps. But there's no real way if you look at, so this was the post, no interaction. You can post to a group, so you can join all these different groups, which is probably the smart play. But I think this is all marketers trying to connect with other marketers. I had some feedback from a previous client saying that they were kind of forced into this from their previous marketing company, and they're still paying for it. They can't figure out how to cancel it, and they don't ever get anything from it. And that was a local service business. Now, this might be good for connecting with other marketing companies to do referrals. So one cool thing about this, if you look at the profile. So if you're looking around at these profiles, all right, it gives you a chance. Here's what my ideal customer looks like. Here's what businesses I can partner with. All right, so it does give me some feedback here. Let's see. Your ideal referral partner shares same customers as you, but is not a direct competitor. You can grow together by creating co-promotions or referring customers to each other, which is cool, right? So this is I gave a little breakdown of what kind of work I would like to either outsource or bring in. So ideally this would be, and they give you some partners you can reach out to. That would be what this network I think would be for. I don't think it's going to be really used to drum up local business. I don't know. Let's see what the groups take a look at. Yeah. I think these are all other marketers and whatnot. So we'll see. Anyway, I made the post and there was no interactions on it. It's all the way down at let's see, where is it at? I can't even find them on here. Yeah. Oh, here you go. My posts. So it shows up here. No interactions. Let's see what Insights gives us. Now, to be fair, I have not spent a lot of time on this network, but just not very good. Now on LinkedIn, I did get a comment here. So I responded this morning. So my many small business owners assume, yeah, I did my thing, right? And Ryan is actually somebody I used to work with, but he has gone out on his own and has his own, I believe it's a restoration company. And so he goes, I asked a question and he answered it, which is awesome. I love it when they actually do the thing that you're asking them in the post. So it kind of validates it. Maybe he was helping me out a little bit here, but I said, what's the one thing you wish your website did better? And he says, showed up first on Google. And, you know, I hear this a lot from people. In fact, a former chiropractor of mine that I was really trying to get his business, we were good acquaintances. You know, I've been there for a long time and everything, and I know him. He's just the kind of guy to throw money at a situation. And that's not why I wanted his business. I wanted his business to prevent him from doing that because I knew I could provide solid results for him. But he was really stuck on this idea that he needed to be first in Google for chiropractic. It is one of the most aggressive, competitive fields that you could be in. when it comes to online marketing. Saturated. You're going to look up in your area, you're going to find 45 chiropractors just within the, 25 square mile radius or whatever it is. And, I told him, I go, well, you could do that. There are ways, but you're going to pay for it, and you're going to pay heavy for it. For the words that you're trying to rank for. Now, there are ways to rank a chiropractor with long tail keywords. Those are more in-depth keywords. They're not like adjustments, chiropractic adjustment, chiropractor near me. Those are just you're gonna pay to play for those. In fact, Google has Google Guaranteed, which you can get into, and I believe a chiropractor in that area was about $100 a lead, which lifetime value of that customer is going to be worth it. They're a guaranteed lead, and that system service is valuable for service-based businesses if they understand how it actually is working, because they're conditioned in their mind to think regular pay-per-click ads, and they're like $100 a click. Well, these are people actually searching for your service that want to do what you're selling. And Google is so confident that they'll refund the money to the person that is clicking the link to call you if you don't perform your duty. So they have to vet the person subscribing, as well as, because it gives you literally the very top result in Google. Some of them, I've seen them $1,000 a click. You can get them down $150, and it only works for certain industries. So anyway, there is the Google guarantee. That's an option. But as I say here to Ryan, I say the key is optimizing for the right keywords and leveraging local SEO strategies. Map pack. So when you're looking at Google, let's look at Google. Let's see here. Let me pull it up. I really got to get I bought this fancy arm for my mic, and a long time ago when I bought my Shure mic, I also have a Yeti, and I like the Yeti base. It's stable, and it did what I needed it to do. The Shure mic comes with this like U-shaped, it looks like a tuning fork, and I took it off and I put it somewhere down here, and I don't know where it is. And now I need that U-shaped thing to hook into my new boom arm. And you can't buy just the U-shaped thing. I got to go buy another $300 mic. It's not going to happen. So I've got this thing kind of positioned where it needs to be. But if I had it on the boom mic, it'd be down. I can type a lot easier. It'd just be whatever. ADD, right? Okay, so let's look up chiropractor near me. Chiropractor, Fenton, Michigan. Chiropractor near me. That's a better one. Okay. So the results as they come in, they've kind of shifted it up again. It used to be Google guaranteed here. Now it's a sponsored map pack link, right? And these are, you have to have a map embedded in your website. You have to have the right schema on the back end to say it's a local business, things like that to kind of trigger this is a local business, right? And have a Google business profile, have your hours on there, your services, all that. So if you look, these, they all got 5-star good reviews. You can click on more places and get more into it. Next is going to be people also ask. So with the recent update in Google, recent as in a year or so ago, they really focus on human-friendly content on your website. And so that's why it's so important when you're structuring a website, not to just write for search engines. You really want to provide value, answer the questions that are being asked. And that's where investing in a SEO package comes in handy, unless you know what you're doing. Just straight AI content thrown on a thing is never going to rank. So here, what are the red flags for chiropractors? This is a chiropractor that's answering this. Solved. What are the red flags of chiropractors? Why did doctors disagree with chiropractors? A lot of them call them quacks. This is the AI overview, right? So this is pulling this, though, from a website. And that's the newest thing, is optimizing for the AI overview, which is kind of what you're seeing here. And that, if we click on that link, where's that going to take us? Here you go. This guy's really doing well. So solved. That's that red flag chiropractors. Here, he kind of touches on this. This AI overview pulled from these 3 articles in order to come up with that response. Okay, so answering questions that others are asking. This is the best here. If you're ever going to write blogs, search your industry. Look under people also ask. Those are the blogs that you want to write. Okay? And then you have the organic results. A couple of them here. Now they're mixing sponsored. They're getting better at this, actually. Google's taking feedback. So it used to be sponsored, AI overview, which they got rid of because it was so bad. Now they're integrating it within people may also ask. And then map pack, and then local results. And you would only see maybe 5 local results. So they're actually doing better there. That's pretty cool. Yesterday, and I'm going to get to that, the person that reached out to me, I'll just tell you when we get to it. It's an interesting story. So anyway, I say the right keywords, leveraging local SEO strategies, featured snippets. So a featured snippet, for those that don't know, for your business, when you look, none of these are really here you go. So it's interesting. These posts here don't have their featured snippets. This guy does, but that's sponsored. That's an ad, right? Look here. They have their services, their contact us, your team, new patients. That's a rich snippet. You can optimize your site for that when you're building it using schema. Absolutely necessary. It just gives you an edge when people are looking. And a little bit more people ask. People also searched for, right? So these are other things. As you're digging in as a chiropractor, I would dig deep into these and find your secondary and tertiary. Is that secondary, tertiary keywords, and really try to focus on ranking up those. Yes, chiropractor here might work in a smaller market as what we're in Fenton, but when you get into the larger metros, it's going to be a heck of a lot, and especially where that guy was that I was talking about. He was in Rochester, Michigan, which is a pretty populated area. It'll be a lot harder to rank here. Okay, let's see. Feature snippets. Google My Business Optimization. You want to make sure that you have your hours on there, your services. Make a week. You could do a weekly post on there, just kind of like a blog, right, or a Facebook post, but it's specific about your business, and you can add links back to your homepage, things like that. But it builds credibility and shows everyone that you're active. And strong on-page SEO can all boost your visibility, even if you're not ranking number 1 organically. A well-structured site with fresh, relevant content can give you a fighting chance. Have you tried optimizing for local search or targeting long-tail keywords to improve your rankings? So we'll see. What this does is it's going to establish a conversation with Ryan, but other people will see this as well. It pops it back in their feed, and somebody will get curious. I've already had one other person that I used to work with click on my profile, be like, what is he talking? Where did he get this information? What's he doing now? Let me see what this, and then, that's how these work. It's a kind of a long game. Okay. Now, Nextdoor, check this out. So this was the post that I made, and I really like this. They give you analytics on your post that you've done. So I had 863 total people see it. Okay, and it's still going up. You could see the graph here. It kind of plateaued a little bit in the evening, but it's still got traction. It's still going, and it's because it had, if you look at the link here, it's had 3 reactions, 3 hearts. No comments or anything like that. And these are people. Oh, I just like my own post. Yeah. So what happened with this? I got a text. I'm going to read that to you. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So it says, "Hi, Jeff. I saw your post on Nextdoor. My name is Tony, and my company is a painting company, local painting company. I'm also located in Fenton. I was curious what different services you offer, and I'm always trying to improve our business. Thanks in advance." And I said, "Hey, Tony, I offer the full range of marketing services, SEO, Google social ads, design, and website repair. I could do pretty much anything, but I'm trying to actually reduce the amount of broad agency services I offer. If you ever look at like Gordon Ramsay, when he comes into a place, he pares down the menu to help you focus and provide a better result. And I also offer AI consulting and process automation. What types of services are you looking for? Currently, I'm working with a company and paying about $400 a month. So that cued me immediately. All right, residual, which is what I talked about yesterday. This is a guy that's willing to pay for a service. He's willing to pay up to $400 a month right now. But I haven't really seen the results I expected, and I saw your post, so I figured I'd inquire. They currently are hosting my website. I've handled my GBP, Google Business Profile, and LSA in the past. But I know I'm not doing a very good job. I said, "What's your email? I'll do an audit on what you have going on and see if there's room to help. I'll shoot you a text after I send it." Awesome. My email's blank. "Great. Thank you so much for reaching out. I'll be in touch soon." And so I put together a audit and a website redesign for him. I did some quick wireframes for him, threw up a quick mock-up, and I sent it over to him. And the initial PDF didn't work for whatever reason. I checked it. It opened on my end, but he couldn't open it. And here's the interesting part with that guy. He goes, let me pull it up. He goes, "Just got back and I had a chance to view the email. For some reason, the PDF won't load. Out of curiosity, how did you get that version of my website? That's an old version I tried to create myself on Squarespace that couldn't be publicly that shouldn't be publicly visible. I know it's late. Feel free to get a hold of me tomorrow and we could set up a time for a call." And I let him know. I'm like, I was at the gym. I just pulled up to the gym, so I wasn't in front of my computer. And I go, I just Googled you. That's what's out there. I said, it's either off of your Facebook page or off of Google. I'll check when I get home. And I got home and I looked, and it was actually off of Bing. So people only think about Google when they're building out their websites and whatever they're doing. You have to consider there's a broad scope of search engines out there that you're going to get picked up in, whether you want to or not. They have these little spiders that are going out there picking up everybody and indexing their site. So I Googled the same thing that I did on Bing to make sure, and I didn't see it in the search results at all. However, in Google, he showed up in the second result, but it wasn't his homepage. It was a gallery page for his company. So he's got a ton of SEO issues that need to be corrected, like immediately. That other site needs to be deactivated. When I went into it and I ran my audit, I thought that was his site. There was like nothing linked. The services pages didn't link to anything. It was providing old information. And if you go to my website, level99.design, my landing page, I give the 8 reasons why local businesses fail. Why is he struggling? And it was just checking off all the boxes, which is really validating for me. I love that. And I was able to point that out in the audit. I sent him a 19-page audit. Well, 9 of those pages, so a 10-page audit, but 9 of those pages are actually the 8 reasons why. I do a really nice binder that I can send to my Dream 100. And I'll explain that in a minute. And so, I sent it to him. I said, I will schedule a call and I'll go over it with you. And I also suggested in my email that he deactivate that Squaresoft or Squarespace website like immediately, because it's misleading his customers, potential customers. And then so we're moving forward on that. It could either it's either going to turn into a repair of his website where I go in and kind of clean it up, or it's going to turn into a redesign and potentially some recurring revenue there. So I'll keep you updated. And then on this one here, I got this comment from Carter Will. Hopefully that's his name. Yeah, he signed it, Carter. All right. Hey, Jeff, I saw your post about online websites. I own a lawn care and landscape company in Fenton. I've been trying to get on Google. It's been a huge thing, and they won't approve it. I've also been thinking of websites, etc. How much roughly would it be for a website to be made and available? With these people here, when they're asking like that, it's a small company. They're not looking for a $15,000 website. They're not looking for a $5,000 website. I know that. And I'm okay with that because I know how to produce a website that is efficient and will still net me $1,500, $2,000. And it's a valuable website. It's SEO optimized. It does what it needs to do. So that's what I tell them. Carter, it depends on what you need for a website. My prices range from around $1,500 for something simple to over $5,000 for more complicated setups. Usually for small local businesses, sites around $1,500, $2,000 range. I make sure I give myself some padding there to, based off of what I think I know he needs. With 1 year hosting and domain registration, that's on top of that. This includes updates to the site infrastructure and security. So I maintain the site, make sure its code is updated, make sure that it's got a firewall, it's scanned for malware, all that stuff. Is your challenge with Google? Now, I've heard of this before. I've seen it myself, so I know exactly where he's going. Is your challenge with Google because you don't have a dedicated business location? I see that a lot, and it's why I don't bother with one personally. I use my home as my office. I don't want my picture on Google for my business. I'll end up, there's ways around this. I'll explain in a minute. I'd be glad to jump on a call if you want. Okay, perfect. Sounds good then. Yes, but then I put the address and they were supposed to get back with me. It was approved 4 days, they said. It's been a couple weeks. I might try them again. Hopefully something changes. I'm about to say, okay, great. Have a whatever. So, what his issue is, I guarantee, is he doesn't have in order to get a Google business profile. We'll just click on somebody here. Okay. In order to get this, you need to have an address. You need to have a business that is visible with an address plaque and your name on the building. Okay. I actually went to this chiropractor before. But yeah, you need to have a building with the address visible, your name visible on the building or on the door, and they'll make you do like a video walk around if they have any questions. So there are ways that you could get, if you're a small business owner, like, I work out of my home, whatever. There are ways to get around that. It isn't always a good idea to try it, but there are ways. You can do like a virtual office, and some of them for a fee will put your name on there, whatever, and that could be your building. So that's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But I wanted to real quick kind of go back to the Dream 100. So Alex Hormozy, I think it's Alex Hormozy. No, Russell Brunson. He came up with ClickFunnels, which is a marketing platform. You can create landing pages and things like that. Brilliant when it came out. I mean, the value of that software is awesome. Anyway, he came out with the idea of a Dream 100. I think he came out with it. Anyway, he applied it. And what it is he wrote down 100 people that he wanted to work with, that he knew was going to blow up his product, right? So he went down and he wrote down, all these different influencers, big names. One of them was Tony Robbins. And he made it his goal to work with Tony Robbins one day. These were his Dream 100, and he would follow all their profiles, comment on all their videos, always interact with them, always building that relationship. They didn't know he existed, but he knew they existed, and he continued to build that relationship. He continued to just insert himself into their life. And one day, he made so much noise that Tony Robbins invited him for an interview. And that interview supercharged ClickFunnels. Like, he made millions of dollars off of that because it got him onto their platform. He knew that he could use them and their platform, stepping on the shoulders of giants, right? So I apply that same concept to the Dream 100. What are the Dream 100 companies I'd like to work with and help and improve? And that will also supercharge my company, because once you provide results for people that have influence, they will raise you up. It's no different than the 5 people you surround yourself with in the world will show you the type of life that you're going to have. Like, you want to surround yourself with successful people. You yourself will, by proxy, start to be successful because you're going to apply the things that they're doing in their life. They're going to be promoting you. It could be as simple as referring you for a job. Some of the best jobs I've had in my life, I was referred to because I had built relationships with people that had moved up before me, and they were able to lift me up. And so, yeah, so the lessons learned for today are that when we do our local posts next time, we're going to include a photo. It's going to be a well-designed, clean photo that shows proof. Could be social proof. You can do. So for me, I'm going to put a couple of the websites that I've done on there, and then I'm going to put a testimonial, because I got a couple really good testimonials from people that I've helped. So I'm going to just go to Canva. I'm going to make a quick little graphic, and we'll do this next week when I'm leading into Wednesday. We're going to put the quote. We're going to put a couple snapshots of the images I put on there, and I'm going to make sure my website's cleaned up to make sure that that's emphasized. If they go to level99design.com or level99.design, which is my landing page, they're going to be able to access that social proof and the portfolio, because that's what my business is driven from is visual proof, right? For your business or whatever you're doing in your life, this applies to you. I know everything I do is technical, and how I talk about it is very technical, but I'm trying to do it in such a way that you should be able to step back and internalize and think about what it is that I'm saying. And literally anything you do can be applied to what I just showed you. The principles of what I'm saying can be applied. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you're going to take something from this. Comment down below in the comments what excited you about today's episode, and what are you going to do today to help you have a better tomorrow. Until next time, have a good one.